So what does Raise the Bar mean to me? Well, I think Raise the Bar is all about mindset. It's all about having a growth mindset, a development mindset, about trying to be the best that you can be. And I think it's also about looking at things in a different way. And if it wasn't for somebody who's prepared to do things really differently, then I probably wouldn't be here at all today, because my background is as an international high jumper. I was lucky enough to take a medal in the 1996 Olympic Games a long time ago. And it was somebody in my event who came along who thought in a real entrepreneurial, innovative way. And that guy was a guy called Dick Fosbury. And in 1968, he completely revolutionized my event by coming up with the Fosbury flop technique. Before he came along, everybody used what was called the straddle technique, or the Western roll. He came up with this new technique, which is just so radically different that he went on to win the Olympic Games, to dominate my event, and to break the Olympic record. But the amazing thing from that time came, yes, from Fosbury's innovation, but it also came from the likes of the people who were left behind, the people who even 2, 3, 4 years after that moment still refused to adapt to this new technique. Even though the goalposts had moved, even though the environment had changed, they still refused to adapt to it. And Fosbury came up with a really pertinent quote, I think, about organisations and people that refuse to adapt to change. And Fosbury said the problem with something revolutionary like that was that most of the elite athletes had invested so much time and energy in their old technique and movements that they didn't want to give it up. So they stuck with what they knew. And we come across that all of the time in learning, all of the time in development, and all of the time within commercial organisations that we work for. Organisations that continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect to get different results. If we're looking at true winners in sport, like people like Dick Fosbury, they're always looking for different ways to gain a competitive edge. And we operate in changing times. And it's our responsibility at Raise the Bar to think innovatively. It's our responsibility to challenge the norm. So whether that's in apprenticeship delivery and introducing things like augmented reality, or whether it's giving access to our digital app, or whether it's just a different way to think about the content that we deliver and how we deliver qualifications. Or whether it's providing the most innovative speakers for conferences and making sure that customers have a different way of engaging with thought leadership and talent from around the globe. For us at Raise the Bar, it's about thinking differently. It's inspiring organisations to think differently, and it's giving them a catalyst so that they can go out and perform at their absolute best.